Yo, welcome to Sporty Dude 26's brand new podcast. This is going to be a blast, and it's full of football, soccer, or football, and basketball with some random fun things. Alright, so we're going to be doing some NFL record predictions. Dolphins, I'm going to say they go solid 8-11, sorry. They're not my favorite team, but I think they have good players. And they could do pretty decent. Alright, Steelers. 9-12. I think that sounds about right. They're a really young team. And I think they have some good potential. Alright, the Ravens. I think the Ravens will go 12-5. I feel like the OBJ signing, even though he doesn't want to go there, will be like incredible, impeccable for Lamar Jackson's growth back into the starting role and a regular starter, hoping that he doesn't bear any injuries. But yeah, and now Seahawks, I think they will be going 7-10. Really young team. People overhype Geno Smith. I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest fan of him. But yeah, truly, that's what I think it's going to be. Well, guys, taking a quick break here, we are going to be having a guest on our show for the first episode.
Hello, guys.
So we will be having a guest, and we are going to be continuing this segment.
I'm Sporty Dude's 26's best friend.
You heard it there, guys. Alright, so we're going to be continuing with the predictions for the record. So, I think the Rams are going to be going 4-13. Not the strongest team. But let's hand it over and see what this special guest thinks.
I think you're being too harsh on them. Like, I get that OBJ left, but I still think they're going to be not terrible. 6-11 for me.
I feel like you highlighted OBJ's departure, but I feel like you missed out on the part where Jalen Ramsey left. I feel like last season they didn't do that good.
Jalen Ramsey, he's still good, but, like, I feel like he's not... He's, you know,
you're trying to say
he's getting a little old.
Okay.
You know, I still think he's really good. Him going to the Dolphins definitely makes the Dolphins defense a lot better. But
I agree.
You know, yeah, that's also a true highlight. I kind of missed that.
So now moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they'll be going a high-flying 13-4. Those 4 games could be a little bit of an up and down, but those are probably going to be against elite-level teams, and maybe they blow one game towards the end of the season because they play all their rest, because they rest their team, because they'll probably be the 1 seed. So that's why I'm saying 4 losses. But this is off topic, but I think they will be going to the Super Bowl. Passing it on.
As well, I do think they will probably go to the Super Bowl. Probably win it again. I have them as 12-5. I think they might just have a bad game one game and blow against kind of an easy team or mediocre team. But yeah, I still think they're gonna do extremely well this year.
What do you think would be a easy/mediocre game that they would lose?
I think maybe a Patriots game.
That
I can see them
be ideal for us as we are big Patriots fans.
Well, aren't they? Yeah, I've checked the Patriots schedule, and they're playing them later in the season. I'm excited for that game.
That game will be definitely marked up on my calendar. Alright, so the Broncos, I think they'll go 8-9. I feel like Russell Wilson's a little bit off, but I think he'll get back unless I am missing something and there's a different quarterback in town. But I think it's pretty young, like I said for another team before. I think it was the Ravens or Steelers. But so yeah, I think they're a young team. I think they're definitely not going to be the best team in the world. Oh, sorry, I just realized I said 8-9. My bad. I meant to say 8-11. Sounds a little bit better than most of you guys are thinking, but yeah, that's what I believe.
How 8-11?
Oh, that is my bad again. I'm sorry. I'm making a bit of a mistake. So 8-9, and for the Dolphins, I will correct it. But you will have seen it corrected. But it will be 8 and 9, and the Steelers will not be going 9 and 12. That is impossible. They will be going 9 and 8 instead.
All right, I feel like Broncos country, let's ride. It's not going to be good for the Broncos at all. I don't know. They're very mediocre, not a great team. I just think they're going to do bad this year. I think a lot of their games will be kind of close, but like they will end up losing them. So I'm having them as 5 and 12. But I don't know. Maybe they can surprise me and pull off a good season.
Yeah. Yup. Well, moving on to a team that I obviously don't like again, as a true Patriots fan, the New York Jets. I'm sorry. I feel like they're going to end up like the Broncos last season. Same story. Aaron Rodgers goes there, an aging quarterback that it has a lot of skill, but maybe he starts regressing a lot. I don't think he'll turn out as horrible as the Russell Wilson situation down there in Denver that we just talked about. But I don't think they'll be as high-flying as most people think. I believe them going a solid 7 and 8. I mean 7 and 10.
Yeah, I don't want to admit it. I don't like the Jets either. I have them as 9 and 8. Not my favorite team, but they've definitely gotten better from last year. Taking Aaron Rodgers, even though I think he's a little washed, getting old, as well as Dalvin Cook. They're still
sorry
right.
to interrupt, but yeah, the Dalvin Cook signing will be pretty big, and we will talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, that will be up soon, so stay tuned. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're just going to maybe make the playoffs. There's a chance. Mm-hmm. But even if they do, Patriots will probably win the division.
Okay, so the Patriots winning the division, very bold statement. I really hope that's true. But yeah, moving on to the Cardinals. Don't think we want to talk about this one. I'm sorry. I gotta say this. Their new uniforms, they tried to go into a new era.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
They did horrible. It's just a flat red, flat black, and flat white. Let me pull it up.
All right, we're pulling up the new Cardinals uniform.
About the new uniforms.
They're very bland. They're very mid, if I'm going to be honest.
Their jerseys, their home jerseys, are the most prominent. Though,
the blacks aren't
small problem. They look exactly like, I think, Ohio State Buckeyes jerseys. I'm sorry, you guys did not put any work into this. This is the most garbage, absurd jerseys I've seen in a while.
Yeah, this is pretty darn bad. So what's your prediction for their record?
My prediction, I'm sorry, it's a harsh 2-15.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 2-15. I'm just going to leave it there. If you're a Cardinals fan, sucks to be.
If one of your superstars is James Conner and is on the cover of your uniform reveal, you got a problem. And your quarterback loves Call of Duty more than football. He plays that for almost a living.
He probably could be a professional streamer.
Actually, but the fact that his contract always has a Call of Duty clause where if he plays too much Call of Duty and doesn't study the plays enough, that his contract will get terminated is absurd. Your franchise quarterback cannot have that. But, yeah, enough talk on flaming Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Let's move on to a better young quarterback for the future, I believe. Bryce Young. I'm just going to say this. I had high hopes for Kyler. I don't know how it's going to turn out. But now talking about Bryce Young and his Carolina Panthers. I really would love to see this team do good. I think Adam Thielen still got it in him. But I think a 6-11 isn't the best season. But I think it's okay for a team with a rookie quarterback, a new team.
Yeah, I still think they're very young and talented. I hope to see like a playoff run in the future, but I just don't think they're gonna have that year. I have them as 7-10. I'm really excited for Bryce Young. I hope he'll turn out the player that I want him to turn out to be. I'm really excited for him, but I don't think it's that bad, but I just don't think they're going to be, like, amazing.
A playoff team?
Yeah, they might make the playoffs because their division isn't that good.
Mm-hmm, their division? I'm going to say their division's the worst in football.
I can just state that right away, but yeah, moving on.
So, our last team for this first segment, the 49ers.
I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I am just gonna say it. I'm excited for the season. I have them as 11-6, making the playoffs. And I hope they can kind of make a playoff run like they did last year without any injuries stopping them. Brock Purdy. Yeah, I still don't even know who's starting in their quarterback situation.
Yeah, that is a tangled up mess, to say the least.
But I'm excited for them. Their defense is amazing. Their offense is getting really bad. I mean, bad. Good. And yeah, I think they're going to do really well this year.
Fantasy folks, let me know in the comments if you are going to draft Christian McCaffrey because he gets injured a lot, and Elijah Mitchell is going to be a high-minute backup. But so, yeah, now moving on to my prediction, I will say a 12-5 record is perfect for this team. Sure, they might have a little bit of room to grow, but this is an incredible team. Alrighty, next segment. Okay, well, we're moving on. I think we need to get speedy on this because I don't know how many of y'all are going to be listening to this song, even though this is a great, amazing podcast. If you're still here, I want you to comment. What do you think they should comment?
They should comment W
Prime.
W Prime.
If you guys are still here, I want you guys to comment W Prime. All right, boys. That sounded a little cringe. But, okay, so let's move on to what we think about the newest transactions throughout the NFL. So, first of all, DeAndre Hopkins to the Tennessee Titans.
I hate it. I hate everything about it. It's trash. Okay, so I'm a Patriots fan, and obviously I wanted DeAndre Hopkins to come to the Patriots. I don't understand why he wouldn't. Like, I get, like, the Titans have Derrick Henry. Like, I get that. But, like, I can't even name the...
Your quarterback
yeah,
is
exactly, bro.
Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, my... Like, I don't think it's, like, the worst, but, like... At least he didn't go to the Bills or, like, the Chiefs. If he went to the Chiefs, I would have just cried. But I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's kind of just okay. I feel like the Titans won't change that much. Like, I feel like they got a great star. But if he went to the Patriots, it would have showed if Mac Jones was a great quarterback or not. It would have showed if...
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off there. I was thinking about the Mac Jones thing, too, to say... I feel like Mac Jones is that player that will literally shine so much. I feel like his story is just like Jalen Hurts, being a backup, but then randomly getting the job and doing pretty okay your first year, and then second year or third year, boom, a big weapon, and now you're succeeding all of a sudden.
Yeah, props to him for doing that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I hope the Patriots can... I don't know about this year, but hopefully in future years they can make a run. Yeah, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Hopkins trade, but I don't know. What do you think?
Well, yeah, as I said before, I think the Patriots really could have used him for Mac Jones and everyone because I think DeAndre Hopkins was that missing piece to the Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
That might be a little ambitious, but that's just what I believe. And... yeah, I really hope that DeAndre Hopkins could have been the A.J. Brown for Jalen Hurts that for Mac Jones that A.J. Brown was for Jalen Hurts. But, yeah, moving on. Dalvin Cook.
It's okay. The Jets obviously are kind of trying to push for that run in the playoffs or even in the preseason. Season. Yeah, I'm not really. I don't like. I don't really know. I feel like Dalvin Cook is obviously getting old. He's almost done. He probably only has about like a few more like good years in him. So going to the Jets wasn't the worst choice, but it obviously I don't think it was the best for him. But yeah, moving to you.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook. I feel like the running back position is heavily dying.
Yeah, especially.
The fact that Dalvin Cook sat in free agency for that long without anyone really making a really great offer for him that he immediately signs is absurd. But yeah, I think he got a couple good years. I feel like him with Aaron Rodgers is going to give old man Aaron Rodgers a little bit of a break because of Dalvin Cook's elusiveness and speed. But yeah, that's what I believe. Now, one that I kind of do want to talk about, Ezekiel Elliott. His career was dying a bit, and I think the Patriots are going to help revive it, even though he is going to be a backup probably. I think his career still could be going to a good place. And the help that Ramondre Stevenson needs, he's doing really good. He doesn't need help on getting better, but the veteran leadership would be really great for him. And just to say, sorry, I lost what I was going to say to you, and then I'll see if I can get it back.
Okay, so I just want to say, first of all,
Oh, sorry. I will go back
Stevenson.
while this tiny little mess up here. I will go back because I just remembered what I was going to say. I feel like Ezekiel Elliott and Ramondre Stevenson are very similar running backs.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you.
So what I was going to say is Ramondre Stevenson, as I think he's like an 80 in Madden. It's just very, very disrespectful. I just want to say that first. And yes, I like the trade for Zeke. He had a pretty good...
Correction, I think it was a signing, but continue.
What?
I think it wasn't a trade. I think it was a signing.
I know, but I'm saying I like the move for him.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I think you just misworded it. Okay, that's fine. Let's continue.
I like him coming to the Patriots. He had a pretty good season last year. Like, I can see he's getting a lot older.
I feel like Tony
kind of
Pollard
getting washed a little bit.
I feel like Tony Pollard took his snaps, but I think he can still perform at a pretty high level.
But yeah, I'm excited for him in the Patriots. And excited for him and Ramondre Stevenson. So yeah. And lastly, we have Eli Apple. Just for the
memes out here, just for the little snippets. Okay, guys, by the way, the highlights of this I might be posting on my channel. So look out for that.
Okay, so I'll go first. I won't know if this is the NFL or the WWE while watching a Dolphins game, but practice.
Because I don't think they're going to be on different teams while playing for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Obviously Jalen Ramsey getting injured for the Dolphins. Like, I don't like the Dolphins. And I don't want them to get good, but it's definitely good for them. Unfortunately. You have to admit.
Yeah, that's really heartbreaking for them. Truly heartbreaking.
Jalen Ramsey getting injured was very
brand
rough.
New trade. And
now having to get Eli Apple. Not a terrible backup, though.
But I feel like that's just really tough that... someone that good just gets an injury right away and
could cost the season.
Prayers to him on a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Don't be that speedy though. Be pretty speedy, but don't be that speedy.
Hopefully he'll play this year. I think he probably will, but later.
Towards the end of the season.
But yeah, I'm excited to see them play, and yeah, I'm very excited for this NFL year.
Let's see Eli Apple if he gets burnt toast again.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, moving on to the Celtics. Really bad transition, actually. Okay, but next segment, we're going to be moving on to basketball, and specifically the Celtics. Our favorite team, you could probably tell because our favorite team was the Patriots. But, yeah, I would like to talk about, in the beginning, about the Kristaps Porzingis trade, trading away Marcus Smart. Also, a little bit on what Marcus Smart means on Ja Morant's future and the Grizzlies' future.
Okay, you want to start?
Sure, I'll go right ahead. Kristaps Porzingis will be a great addition to make the offense more versatile. I think he fits right in with the offense. The defense's blocks and his unicorn-like height is going to be very, very useful. And just, I don't know what else to say about it. I'll let you talk about Kristaps and how he's going to be good for the Celtics, and then we'll move on to a little bit of Marcus Smart.
Yeah, the trade was very sad to me, but I feel like Porzingis is just going to be an amazing player. It's kind of the key that the Celtics needed for these last 2 years, not winning last year or the year before, but having those runs. Like, we needed a center who can play defense well and offense, and that's exactly the guy that we have now. He's just, I feel like he's going to be a great addition, and I'm very excited for him to come on our team. Hopefully, he can stay healthy and nothing bad happens. Otherwise, I'm going to be very sad.
Well, Marcus Smart was the heart and soul of the team. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but Marcus Smart was truly the heart and soul of the team. But heart and soul to keep that energy up, or go for another stud on offense and defense while maintaining your main core. Yeah, I'm not saying Marcus Smart wasn't one of those, but Marcus Smart was. But I feel like we kept all of our stars. And, Ja Morant is going to hopefully to be a lot better for the locker room and just his missed games and how his behavior is going to be for a veteran. I'll let you take over, and then maybe I'll say a word or two here and then.
Yeah, very sad for the Marcus Smart. He was really one of my favorite players, a true Celtics legend. I will never forget him. The trade was obviously, I thought, was great for the Celtics. Like, trading Marcus Smart for Kristaps Porzingis is already a great trade, but 2 first-round picks was very nice, and I think that was a better trade than trading Malcolm Brogdon, even though Malcolm Brogdon has been unhealthy and injured a lot, but I still think it was a better trade for the skill. But I love Marcus Smart. He was a great player, a great legend, and I hope he does well with the Grizzlies, influencing Ja Morant in those incidents where he may became the best shooter, if you know what I mean. But
let's keep it a little censored.
Yeah, let's move it on. Hope the best for both of these people. Yeah. Next segment.
Next half segment.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the Jaylen Brown contract. I'll begin on this one. I feel like his contract is like, people are going crazy about it because now we don't know like the baseline of a contract. Before we were like, oh, this is going to be like the average players, this is going to be star players' average salary, this, that. Now every year is just going to change so much, but I think this is like the first big contract where it's just going to keep going a little bit higher, and people are probably questioning why the Celtics would pay that much money for a non-top 10 player, top 15 possibly. But I feel like this is just, they did it because we're just starting the what's going to be regular soon, a regular salary soon. And I feel like if we didn't do it now, then it wouldn't have happened for a long time. Then Jaylen Brown could have gone upset if we didn't give him that big contract and left, which would have broken the team. But yeah, I think this is the beginning of stupidly expensive contracts. And yeah, let's hear your thoughts about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the biggest fan of this. I feel like there's only like probably 3 players who deserve $300 million. That's Giannis, Luka, and
do you think Jason would deserve that?
I think Jason deserves a $200 million, maybe $250. Jason's definitely a top 10 player right now, but I feel like it's just for a guy who hasn't even won us a finals yet. You're paying him this much, and I love it. Like, I love Jaylen Brown. I love him, but I don't know. It's really risky, and spending all our money on just one guy is very risky, and hopefully we will still have money in the future. Otherwise, it will not be great. But I guess I like it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
and Jason Tatum is also next year due, so I'm expecting his contract to be bigger than Jaylen Brown's, which is going to be absurd. And then all the young guys' contracts are going to keep going higher and higher. I think Luka Doncic will break a very big record that won't be broken for a couple years until someone like Victor has to get his new contract or something. Oh, by the way, really truly hope that Victor turns out well.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Hopefully you can stay lucky.
Healthy. We're going to take a quick break here. Okay, guys, we are going to be rating NBA teams' logos. So, starting this off, the Denver Nuggets. So there's a cool design to this. It's a little basic, if I'm going to be honest. We're going to start off tame with this one. I sold 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I like the colors with the dark blue and kind of goldish, but it's nothing too special. I'll just put it as a 6 out of 10 and leave it there.
Alrighty, the Los Angeles Lakers. This is also just a basketball with a font.
Yeah.
But the way they designed this is actually not the worst. This probably is just... I feel like we're going more off of, like, iconicness. But if we're going to include a little bit of iconicness, we are going to respectfully put it as a 7.5 out of 10. I am, at least, not we.
Yeah, I feel like the way that they did it makes it look really well. Like, the purple with the gold is just really... It's not even iconic. Like, if I didn't know the Lakers at all, I would think this is a really cool logo. And for that, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's really... It's, like, not the greatest logo, but it's cool.
Now, we are going to be going to the 76ers. And, yeah, this is also another basic one. I feel like we're going to find a lot of these in the NBA. But, yeah, I mean, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
Solid 6 point. I think I'm going to just leave it at a solid 6.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the stars around it. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's a basketball, and once again, it's just a basketball with their names. It's basically the same as the Lakers with different colors. I'm not the biggest fan of the colors. Like, the blue and the white is pretty good, but I don't think it's better than the gold.
I feel like the ring around it, if you really look closely, bless you.
Thank you.
If you really look closely, you will see that it says Philadelphia.
Yeah. And
so
the stars.
That's a little bit of a bonus, but I feel like the iconicness of the Lakers just beats it out. So, yeah, I'm going to say 6.
I'll give it a 6.5. It's meh. All right.
Alrighty, then. Moving on to the Washington...
Hawks. Not the Hawks.
Sorry, the Washington... Oh, sorry. That is completely my bad. I'm sorry. The Atlanta Hawks. So, that's pretty cool that they have, like, an actual hawk. And it just... You normally wouldn't notice that, but now that we're looking closely, that is actually really well designed. The name's obviously just there. And it's nothing that special, but it's,
Yeah,
decent.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done a lot more with a hawk.
Yeah.
They could have designed a hawk and maybe, like, have a hawk, like, dunk a
feel
basketball.
Yeah, I feel like...
That'd be cool. Or, like, do something. Like, a hawk with, a ball that's, like,
the way
on
they
fire.
did the Charlotte Hornets logo with, like, using a horn, that was very well thought of, and I think they could have done something like that for the Atlanta Hawks, but they didn't, so I'm sorry, it's a 5.5.
Yeah, it's really mid, I'm not gonna lie. They should have added more colors to it. It's just red and white. That's literally it. So I'll give it a 5.
Yep. You might think we're harsh raters, but I'm sorry. These logos are straight mid. Okay, but we're going to be moving on to the Washington Wizards logo. I don't know, man. That's kind of a little bit like
Dude, these are
boring.
all.
But if I'm not mistaken, in the so-called basketball, it looks like one of the monuments. I can't tell what it is, but I have a small feeling it could be that if it's that well thought of. If that is, then probably 7.
Yeah, I like the red, white, and blue. And
It makes sense because it's like the capital, but continue.
it's not like amazing, but it's not the worst. I feel like all these logos are kind of the same, kind of mid.
A lot of
I'll give it a
repetitiveness.
6.5 out of 10.
Alrighty then. Cool. The Utah Jazz. Man, their old logos used to be so cool. I don't know why they just made it into letters. But the basketball in the middle, it's not even really a basketball, but the only decent part is that the basketball's different colors. This is a solid 3 out of 10. They tried to go simple, did not turn out too well.
Yeah, this is terrible. It's literally Utah Jazz. That's it. I don't understand why you name your team after Jazz anyways. First of all, that was the first time that you messed up. And also, you can... Wait, give me a sec. I don't know. It doesn't show any basketball to me. 2 out of 10.
Now that I'm looking, that's actually really smart. Because it's jazz, and that's a musical thing.
I know, I saw that. I do not care.
So that might bring it up to a 4 for me.
I'm having it at a 2, man. It's just so bad.
Alright, that's not...
Alright.
That's reasonable. Now, we're going to be going to the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, the GOAT.
Finally, a good logo.
Finally, a pretty good logo. This is really simple for the Bulls. Yeah, you go first, actually.
Straight up, 8.5 out of 10. I love this logo. The bowl looks angry. It looks like it's about to charge at you. The colors are very simple, yet they're very nice. I love the horns and like the colors on them. Really nice. Really nicely done. I really like it.
Yeah, so the bowl it's simple, but this is the one time where simplicity beats out complexness. Where it could be that some of the other complex logos are really nice. But, yeah, the smartness of the horns with the little color on the tip and how they round into the words, that's pretty good. And the bull looks angry, as said before. But that's pretty smart. This is just something I thought of. Michael Jordan, people usually see him as scary and, like, meanish. And that's actually... pretty cool that was his team, and the bull looks pretty angry.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. Nothing spectacular. Pretty good.
All right, the next logo we will be looking at is the Golden State Warriors. Curry, green. All right, I think it's kind of good. Like, it's kind of meh. I like it, actually, like the gate, the bridge, I mean. It's nice. Like, it's very simple. It's nothing, like, spectacular, but it's nice. The colors, the blue and the gold or the yellow. And also love their jerseys. It's cool. I like it. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
The fact that they were in San Francisco and the bridge, so that's a bonus half a point. But I feel like I'm doing a lot of inferences and like looking at the detail of this, how it relates to where they're from and all that. But yeah, I think because of that, it gets a solid 7.8. Just missing that little mark to get to the 8.
All right. And lastly, the Grizzlies, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
it's pretty good.
I feel like I forget their old logo, but I think I like their old logo.
Their old logo, I'm pretty sure they were from the Vancouver Grizzlies, and it looked like a bear growling. But
I loved their teal jerseys. I'm just gonna say that, but yeah, I like it. It's not great. It's not bad. I feel like it's kind of like the Chicago Bulls, but for some reason the Bulls just seem so much better to me. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I think this is exactly like the Bulls logo, where
Yeah.
simplicity isn't bad, and it's just what their animal is. Looks nice. I like the colors. I'm going to give it a tie for first place with the Chicago Bulls. Yup, that rounds out the ending of our rating NBA team logos. And so, yeah, now we're going to be moving on to a different sport, soccer, or football, as many people call it. Well, our first segment for this, now our fifth segment of the whole episode, is about how Saudi Arabia has made changes to the footballing world.
All right, you want me to start it?
Sure, go right ahead.
Man, oh man, so many GOATs have been just absolutely, it's kind of sad to me that they're all going to Saudi Arabia, but, you can't do anything about it. I kind of like it. I'm not, the biggest fan of it. First off, we have Ronaldo. At first, I kind of thought, he was kind of, washed after that. Obviously, I don't know. I wasn't thinking today. He's still pretty good. I think it wasn't, the greatest decision for him. But then I was like, okay, it was just one GOAT who's leaving. I was like, okay, that's fine, right? Then Neymar. I think this is in order, unless I'm thinking wrong. Wait, who else?
Neymar was the newest, but I think it was Benzema, Conte, and then
sorry, I'm not in order, but
yeah.
Benzema, after that, I was like, okay, Saudi Arabia's rich or something. Wait, and who else?
And, people like Sadio Mane, N'Golo Kante, Neymar.
And then they just took over, basically getting everybody. I don't understand how they have all this money. I really don't. And then after Neymar, the newest one that I've heard of, I kind of just lost it. I'm glad that Miami. Messi didn't go to Saudi Arabia and instead went to the MLS with Inter Miami.
Yep.
Glad about that. But I don't know, Saudi Arabia is just taking over.
Yeah. They've had some, other than those big four, excluding Ronaldo, they've had some really good players such as Fabinho, Jota, Ruben Neves, Koulibaly, I think, but don't mark my words. Eduardo Mendy, a young Alan St. Maximin. I thought he really had a good career ahead of him, but he went from Newcastle, which is owned by Saudi Arabia, I think. Someone in royalty, so that kind of does make sense. And then Frank Kessié from my team, Barcelona, and Robert Firmino from Liverpool, team that I also like, Man City, Riyad Mahrez, just a bunch of really good players that are aging now. And they just wanted to get their bag. What can I say?
Yeah, that's true. Getting their money and retiring. It's a good life.
Yup. Alright, so this is going to be a quick one, but the USA national team getting knocked out of the Women's World Cup.
Dang, I was really disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was expecting USA to win the World Cup again. They were probably the best team. They've won it twice in a row. And yet, throughout all their games, after their first game against, I forgot which country, but
it was Vietnam, I believe, but
yeah.
I don't mark my words.
I think so. After that game, they kind of just were doing bad.
Yeah,
They couldn't finish, couldn't shoot.
Yeah,
it just felt like they were just, I don't know, something was up. And then came
the departure of the coach. Is that where you were trying to go?
Sweden. Then came Sweden.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of the team that they played. Then came Sweden, and I was like, man, Sweden has no chance. And all of a sudden, it's in a shootout, and we absolutely choke, sending an absolute rocket into moon, into outer space, into Uranus. And yeah, That was very disappointing. Also, wait, weren't you saying that the USA coach got fired?
USA coach actually did not get fired, but they did resign from their job because they do not want to coach after the disappointment of the exit. And yeah, they're getting really old. I mean, Alex Morgan's getting up there in age. I think her name's Rafinha. They also have this other superstar. I unfortunately do not know the name of. But yeah, they're aging. Youth can only get you so. Age and experience can only get you so far. I mean, that worked with the Rams, but I mean, it doesn't work with every team. Los Angeles Lakers.
All right.
So yeah, we are moving on to our last segment.
A little bit of a
random topic. I feel like we're gonna have this every podcast. Our guest, though, will probably not be here for every podcast, though.
Yeah.
But we will be rating movies and then a couple of shows. So, starting it off, Despicable of Me.
I loved it, actually.
Sorry, I said that wrong.
I mean, I did love it, but it was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the first one. I didn't I still like the second one, but I felt like the first one was probably the best.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the new one that we saw together. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, and yeah, just a good overall movie.
Yep. Now we're gonna go to a classic home. Oh, sorry, we forgot to rate these. So, Despicable of Me,
yeah.
I will give it solid 8.
Yeah, I'm just gonna 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now Home Alone. Arguably my favorite movie of all time. You won't even believe how many times I've watched it. But so yeah, I think this will be a very high 9.8.
I'm gonna give it. Yeah, you can wait. Do you want to say more?
No, I'm good. You can.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I love this movie. It was super funny, classical. Then they made a bunch after it, and I wasn't the biggest fan of.
Those were okay.
But it was really well. I loved that. All right. And our last movie.
Actually, I think we have two more.
Sorry.
Yeah,
so. The Benchwarmers. Very funny. Very funny.
Hilarious. Too many of you might not know it, but yeah, continue.
Baseball movie. That's the 2 words I can describe it with. About Benchwarmers. Literally the title. It was just hilarious throughout the movie. If you haven't watched it, I would suggest
it. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get into much details. I'm just going to rate it. It's on Netflix for you guys. I'm going to rate it 8.3 out of 10.
That is very respectable. I feel like this movie, if you're ever bored and you need a good laugh, just watch that movie. I'll give you a quick description. It's about some kids and when they were in school, they got bullied a little bit. They're not kids anymore. But they got a little bit of bullied, and they weren't allowed to play baseball as kids because they were kind of nerds. Yeah. But now, when they got adult, they got an opportunity to play against all the new bullyish kids and beat all them. And I won't say what happens, but that's all. And now we are going to go over. Oh, sorry, my rating again. I'm gonna give it a solid 8.7. Great, funny movie. So yeah, now we're gonna go to a classic again, The Smurfs. The first one though.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. I didn't like a lot of the other Smurfs, but the first one was actually really good. I don't know in a way, but it was just really good. It was. Mm-hmm. It was
well thought out.
Yeah, it was a great plot I could never think of. Little blue people in a village with one girl. Yeah, it's a funny movie. I would highly recommend it. I won't spoil anything, but there's a bad guy. What's his name again? Gargamel,
yeah. Gargamel. And then there's this lovely couple. And yeah.
But my rating 7.5 out of 10.
I'm going to go for a solid 8. I'm getting back into Smurfs. I've been watching them. They're pretty good movies, I have to be honest. But now we're going to go to some shows. we only have 2 shows because we don't have much time. This podcast has gone way over the time, but it's fine. This is just a good baseline. So we're gonna say our first show will be Outer Banks.
Right.
You can go first.
I was disappointed this season, but honestly, the first season of the show may have been my favorite. Was that 2020?
1920? I don't know, something like that.
It was during COVID, and it was like a great movie to watch. It was definitely my favorite show during that time. It's definitely fallen off, but it's still really good, I think.
Hope for a season 5.
Yeah, I think there is a new one. Yeah, it's really thought out. I love this plot.
Sometimes they're just too unexpected, though. That kind of...
Sometimes
it was just like the most randomest thing ever, and like it doesn't even make sense. Like sometimes it's good when it's a good surprise, but sometimes it's just way too random.
Johnny B.
No spoilers. You really, really should watch this.
Yeah, spoilers. Try to stay away from spoilers.
If you the spoilers are crazy, but try to watch it in like June, July. That'll be the best experience. But yeah, so I will be giving this show.
Oh, I forgot to read it.
I will be giving this show probably an 8.9.
I'll give it an 8.7.
I feel like our ratings are pretty similar on these because I feel like the shows and movies are just
popular.
Good, popular.
All right, our last series or show on this first podcast, and we finally have Stranger Things. I'll go first. I mean, the first 2 seasons or 3 seasons worked really well.
Yeah.
I think they should have stopped after season 2.
Maybe.
Because now maybe season 3. Wait, it's
now
season 4, right?
I think season 4 happened, but season 5 is definitely going.
I don't know. It's just that they're now not kids. They're all
they're old.
I
feel like it's like weird because like the age is like crazy, and like I feel like the way the story's recently been edited. I feel like
it's not even about like
horror people, like
whatever
they're getting chased by.
They're getting chased by Vecna.
No spoilers. No spoilers, but yeah, there was this horrible monster whose name we just said.
Yeah,
but
and it doesn't have like
it.
Doesn't have anything
that
with the
vibe
plot.
Of Stranger Things.
It used to be the Demogorgon or whatever,
the Demogorgon,
and now it just feels like random monsters. So for that, I still think the first 2 seasons were amazing, outstanding. It's gotten worse though, but it's still pretty good. So I'll give it a 8.4 out of 10.
I will give it 8. Great show, but I feel like it's just not my vibe. It's been getting boring recently. But yeah, so that will end out our very first episode on the new podcast. A big thank you to our guest here.
Peace out.
All right. Well, bye-bye. See you soon. We'll be back. I'll be back. I'll obviously be back.
I'm going to be back soon.
But, yeah, this guest might be back soon. But, so, yep, that's it. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. All right.